From ferocious food fights in Spain to evil Santas and monkey buffets, here are 15 of the strangest holiday traditions in the world. Number 15, Bermuda Day. Celebrated on the last Friday in May, this is a national public holiday across the islands of Bermuda. By tradition, it marks the first day of the year that residents will venture into the sea. It also marks the first day where Bermuda shorts can be worn as business attire. A parade and a road race in Hamilton, Bermuda are held to celebrate the holiday. The events are so popular that people will sleep overnight at the sites to ensure that they have good seats for the events. Number 14, Melon Day. August 3rd is when National Watermelon Day is observed in the US, but in Turkmenistan, it's called Melon Day, and it's observed on the second Sunday of August. In that Central Asian country, it's the muskmelon that is recognized for its taste, aroma, and large size. The holiday was established by a former president in 1994, and involves a day-long celebration of the fruit, along with music and dancing events. Did you know these melons are regarded as a source of national pride for Turkmenistan? Number 13, National Weather Person's Day. One of the first weather observers in U.S. history was a physician and scientist named John Jeffries. So it makes sense that National Weather Person's Day is annually observed on his birthday, February 5th. Professional meteorologists as well as volunteer storm spotters are recognized each year. Did you know that Jeffries started taking daily weather measurements in 1774? He might be best known for participating in the first balloon flight over the English Channel in 1785. Number 12, Goose Day. Lacaitio is a small fishing town located in the Basque country of Spain. Since the 5th century, a festival honoring the town's patron, Saint Antolin, has taken place during the first week of September. The most popular event involves geese that are hung from ropes and placed across the harbor from dock to dock. A goose drenched in oil is placed in the middle of the rope, and participants in boats try to grab the bird by the neck as the vessels pass by. The winner is allowed to keep the goose. Researchers say this particular competition has been going on since 1877. But it's come under heavy criticism from animal rights groups who've called for the practice to stop. What do you think? Number 11, International Beer Day. While some people might like to celebrate it every day, the official observance is on the first Friday of every August. It started in 2007 as a small localized event in Santa Cruz, California. Today, it's a worldwide celebration that involves more than 80 countries and more than 200 cities across 6 continents. During this sacred day, participants are encouraged to express gratitude towards brewers and bartenders and give each other the gift of beer. Some popular events include beer pong, trivia nights, and all-day happy hours. A major purpose of this holiday is to unite the world under the banner of brew. Surely we can all agree on that, no? Number 10, Groundhog Day. Long before the name was linked to the 1993 classic film comedy, Groundhog Day was a popular tradition in the United States and Canada. Observance of the event is linked to a superstition amongst the Pennsylvania Dutch about a groundhog seeing its shadow. If it happens, expect 6 more weeks of winter. The best known groundhog in the US is Punxsutawney Phil. He and his descendants have been officially prognosticating the weather since the 19th century. These days, crowds of 40,000 people gather each and every February 2nd in western Pennsylvania to celebrate the event. But prior to the Bill Murray flick, the average crowd size was only about 2,000. Number 9, Dog Days. Among Hindus in Nepal and some parts of India, our canine friends are considered to possess a major religious significance. Every year, there's a 5-day festival during which dogs are worshipped. The reverence stems from dogs being the messengers of Yama, the god of death. Since they guard the doors to heaven, they can determine who enters paradise after death. So it's a way of honoring the animals while they're still on the earthly plane. On the 14th day of the lunar cycle in November, dogs receive a special day of worship during which the animals are garlanded with marigold flowers and applied with tika, the holy vermilion dot. Number 8, Straw Bear Day. Whittlesley is a town located in the east of England and has a population of about 16,000. It's where the Festival of the Straw Bear took place annually until about 1909. After being completely covered in straw, a man or boy would parade from house to house to sing or dance for food or money. The tradition was revived in the 1980s and now takes place during the second weekend in January. Now, a dancing straw bear parades around the streets and is followed by musicians and dancers who perform along the route. On Sunday, the straw bear outfit is burned during a ceremony at lunchtime. Did you know that Germany and several other countries in Europe have similar traditions involving straw bears? Number 7, Night of the Radishes. The Mexican city of Oaxaca has long been known for its tradition of wood carving. During the colonial period, that expertise was applied to radishes. The Spanish introduced the vegetables to the country, and they were carved into decorations for certain dishes. Farmers began carving oversized radishes into figures as a way of attracting business at Christmas markets held in the city on December 23rd. A formal competition taking place on that day was created in 1897. Since then, it's become a very popular event, with more than 100 contestants and thousands of visitors participating. While the radishes are eaten, they're also used as centerpieces for Christmas feasts. Expect very long lines if you want to see these works. The radishes wilt soon after cutting, so they can only be displayed for a few hours. Number 6. La Tomatina. Bunol is a town located in the east of Spain. By most accounts, it's a peaceful and quaint location. But on the last Wednesday in August, the place erupts into a ferocious food fight. For about an hour, participants engage in a friendly battle as they bombard each other with tomatoes. The tradition dates back to 1945, when some young men were denied entry into a parade. When one of them was pushed into a market stall, he overturned a tomato stand. He hurled the fruit out of frustration, and many others joined in before police stopped the barrage. That began a yearly tradition that was once shut down for a period in the 1950s, but it's going strong now, and it attracts more participants every year. Did you know that similar festivals have been adopted around the world? That includes tomato fights in the United States, India, and China. That last particular festival uses up to 30,000 pounds, or 14 metric tons, of the fruit. Number 5. Punch your neighbor in the face day. Depending on where you live, you might want to celebrate this holiday every day. But in Bolivia, this event takes place once a year in May. People native to the Bolivian Andes gather for the Tinku festival, but it's more colorfully known as Punch Your Neighbor in the Face Day. It's held in respect to Pachamama, an earth goddess who requires that fresh blood is spilled to ensure a successful harvest. At one time, the celebration led to many fatalities, but these days the police monitor the activities to make sure that all the fighting is done on a one-to-one basis. Once a participant draws first blood, the fighting is stopped. Number 4. Day of Silence. How can you have a festival that is completely silent? To find out, you'll need to visit Bali, Indonesia. Every March, a day of fasting, meditation, and silence called Nyepi is observed from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. the following morning. This Hindu celebration is observed as a public holiday in Indonesia and is linked to celebrating the new year. Any action that interferes with the day of silence is prohibited. Restrictions include no entertainment, no lighting of fires, no working, and no traveling. Even the only airport in Bali is closed for the day. As a result, the normally busy streets are empty, and the only people seen outdoors are traditional security men who ensure the prohibitions stay in effect. The only exceptions are made for emergency vehicles, responding to life-threatening emergencies, and women giving birth. The next day, social activities are eagerly resumed. Number 3. Monkey Buffet Festival. Lopburi is a town in Thailand, located about 93 miles or 150 kilometers northeast of Bangkok. Dating to prehistoric times, the area is known for its spectacular ruins and historical artifacts. Along with the human population of more than 750,000, there are thousands of macaque monkeys that live among the ancient ruins. It's not uncommon to see them regularly interacting with locals and tourists alike, but each year there's a festival that honors the animals. Long tables are filled with fruits, salads, and desserts designed in shapes and patterns that attract upward of 2,000 monkeys. Thousands of people gather to watch the event, which sometimes features simian food fights. The Monkey Buffet Festival is a non-spiritual celebration that is thought to attract good luck to the townspeople. Number 2. Krampus Night. If Santa Claus had an evil doppelganger, it might be this creature. In folklore of regions stretching from Eastern Europe to northern Italy, Krampus is actually one of St. Nicholas's companions, although his exact origin remains unclear. But while Krampus carries a sack, it's not filled with presents. The sack contains naughty kids being transported to be drowned or eaten. The creature's malevolent manner is only enhanced by its appearance, usually described as being covered in dark fur, with cloven hooves, horns, a long pointed tongue, and fangs. This bad Santa is essentially half demon, half goat. In certain parts of Europe, Krampus Night is celebrated on December 5th. The beast appears with Santa Claus on city streets as they visit homes and businesses. While St. Nick hands out gifts, Krampus hands out coal. Number 1. Baby jumping. Celebrating the Feast of Corpus Christi, this event is regularly cited as one of the world's weirdest holidays. Baby jumping is an annual festival that happens in northern Spain and dates back to the 17th century. Men dressed in yellow and red outfits are meant to represent the devil. Babies born during the previous year are placed on mattresses in the streets, and the men jump over them. The action itself is called the Devil's Jump. Why do they do this? The origin of the ceremony is unknown, but it's performed in the belief that the infants will be guarded against misfortune and will ensure that they have a safe passage through life. Thanks for watching this episode of American Eye. Did you like the video? Tell us what you think in the comments below, and be sure to like, follow, and subscribe.